I'm Amelia Curran, and I'd like to tell you a story about a song. It started as a conversation. It was a conversation with a group of women. There were no faces and no names.
But now coming out of the industry, I find it very difficult.
Ridiculously traumatic event happened.
That's not where I wanted to be. But then once you're out, what do you do with all of that?
These women have lived a life. I had to write a song based on this conversation, and it wasn't easy. These women used to be involved in the sex trade, and what ended up happening was a lot more than just a folk song.
Try and find the parts of my story that inspire hope and pull the positives out so that I'm not overwhelmed by the negative and overwhelmed by the trauma and overwhelmed by the pain. Otherwise, I'm just going to be sick the rest of my life.
I guess I haven't dealt with it in a way, and now it's all starting to,
yeah. If everything turns to shit tomorrow and nothing goes anywhere, my dream has been accomplished because we're all here in the room.
If you had never have fought for us, for people like you, then we wouldn't be here. So thanks to you, man.
I love these guys.
Stand up and try to have a voice to try to stop this from happening. No one should be bought, ever. Here we are.
Couldn't lie to you. I could have tried, but I wanna live above the undertow. I couldn't make sense of it, no explanation from it. How is she the victim and the criminal? I may be saying things that shouldn't need saying. Maybe saying things that shouldn't need is a strong sign.
This song is not the end of the story. This song is not the beginning of this story. This song barely touches the surface. These survivors want to inspire change in their lives and how you are relating to them. Some people that they relate to on a regular basis can affect real change. And I'm talking about police officers. So what happens when we put these two groups of individuals in a room together?
Okay, so what we're going to do, let's start off with this right up in front of our eyes. Okay, come with me. If they looked at all the pictures, they'd see one thing in common, is that all the eyes are the same. Is that if you go like this, you can't tell who's a police officer and who's one of the women. You really can't tell. And that's the goal, is strip away the facade that you just have. There's a human sitting in front of you, and we are literally all the same. It'd be great if it enabled people to break assumptions on both sides.
When I look at these pictures and I look at the work of the officers, and it just tells me how far we've come in so many ways. We have the people, we have the talent, the energy. We can really lead and show how it should be done. I'm honored to be here. I'm privileged to be here tonight. Thank you so much for inviting us into your world.
Jesus Christ, I'm drinking a beer in the same room as the chief of police and I don't have handcuffs on? Right? I remember the first time I met you in your office and you said, get in the car and we'll go to CBC. And I'm thinking when I'm in the car, I'm in with Chelsea, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm in the front of a cop car for one. The second, there was a cop in the back, Chelsea, which was different, and the fucking chief of police was driving me around, and I was like, I really want to take a selfie of this, but half of my friends would think it was cool, and the other half wouldn't be my friends anymore. So I was like...
And I don't know about a sense of immunity. What doesn't kill you leaves you wounded and lucky. I may be saying things that shouldn't need saying.
How long did it take? February, March, April, May, June. 6 months. It took 6 months because I wrote like 50 songs because I couldn't get it right. And I don't know if I got it right. I don't know. I could torture myself with this for years to come, and I probably will. And I'm probably going to write more songs because of that. But the thing is, it's really hard to speak for somebody else. And this isn't a pair of shoes I can put myself in. Not really. I mean, I can. I know what it's like to be used and misunderstood and victimized and then blamed. And then I know what that's like. I'm a woman. I know what that's like. But only to a point. I don't really know what it's like. The wow moment for me came after I'd written the song when we had breakfast. And I was in the room and I didn't know who was who. I didn't know who was a cop. I didn't know who worked at Thrive. I didn't know who was or had been a sex worker. And it didn't fucking matter, was the point. It doesn't matter who's who in that room. We were all in the room and we all had this great thing in common. And that to me was the wow moment. And that's the moment that I want to take this project to, where we're in a bigger room with a lot more people and you don't know who's who and it doesn't fucking matter. And that's what I hope happens. Thank you for encouraging me.
You know, Amelia, you just said you didn't know if you did it. You did it. You absolutely, for the first time in my life, I actually feel like somebody listened to what I said and gave me a voice. I think there's a line in that song, at least one line for each one of us that we can completely connect with, and that's what our whole message is. And, you know, everybody here has nailed it. Like, this is why we're here. We're here because we don't want an us and them. We want to be a part of the conversation when there's policymakers sitting at the table making decisions that are going to affect people. You need to have those people at the table having an opinion too, because it's us who matters, and you got to come to us and see what we need. And that's exactly what this is going to foster. It's breaking down those barriers. A year ago, would I be standing? There's a few people in this room can truly attest to the fact that I would not be standing in this room. I would not have just been cuddled into Chelsea, getting some consultation, during that song at all. But through many things and through relationships and all this work that Mel has done, for a long time it's been Mel has been the only voice, but she's now not the only voice. She has a room full of people. Whichever side of the fence you sit on, wherever you sit, we're all a part of the same team that's fighting. So I just want to say thank you for everybody that's showing up and that have done all the work to make this happen, because it's huge and it's life-changing. And that photo of me down there represents a lot. And I know I had a hard time looking at it and I had a hard time coming in here tonight, but it means a lot more than just a photo. It's everything, all this work that we've all done. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for the opportunity, and just thanks for listening to us. And Amelia, thanks for giving us that voice.